Hello students, welcome to Exergic Aptitude channel. A student of our video course had asked a doubt the other day, and I thought of taking the opportunity to educate our student community on YouTube about this very fundamental but interesting concept of permutation and combination, which is known as derangement, right? So what is the situation or what is the scenario in derangement? So generally you have letters or postcards given to you and you have corresponding or respective envelopes, and the situation is that none of the letters or none of the postcards are going to go into their respective envelopes. So for instance, I have three letters with me, let's say L1, L2 and L3. There are three letters and they have their respective envelopes. Respective envelopes means that this L1 is supposed to go to E1, L2 is supposed to go to E2 and L3 is supposed to go to E3. However, the situation or the scenario presented to us is that none of the letters are going to go into their respective envelopes. So none of the letters are going to go into their respective envelopes. That means L1 can go to either E2 or E3, but it cannot go to E1. Similarly, L2 can go to either E1 or E3, but it cannot go to E2. L3 on the other hand can go to E1 or E2, but it cannot go to E3. So this is the situation that is given to us, and we tackle questions of this kind, or we tackle scenarios of this kind using the concept of derangement. So there is a very simple formula or simple expression for derangement, which is given as dn is equal to n factorial multiplied with 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus 1 upon 4 factorial and so on, right? So the minus plus is there in alternating fashion, and we multiply this with n factorial. So let's plug in individual values and see what happens when n is equal to 1. So when I have only one letter in one envelope, is there any way by which this letter will not go into the corresponding envelope? No, because there's no other option for it. So it has to go to its corresponding envelope. So D1 will be equal to 0. And if you put this n as 1 here, then you're going to get 0. Let's see what happens when there are two letters with us. So suppose I have L1, E1 and L2 and E2, right? So L1 cannot go to E1. So the only option it has is to go to E2. Similarly, L2 can only go to E1. So there is only one possibility, right? Again, if you put n is equal to 2, then this will be a 2 factorial. This 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. 2 factorial multiplied with a 1 upon 2 factorial will give a 1. Substituting the value similarly for D3, what will I be having? 3 factorial, which is a 6 multiplied with 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 6. And this is going to give me 3 minus 1, that is a 2. So D3 will be equal to 2. For D4 again, if we calculate the value, it is going to be equal to 9, and for D5, this value is equal to 44. If you are preparing for any competitive exam, at least D1 to D5 you should know. 0, 1, 2, 9 and 44. This much you should remember, you should memorize. So this is the very simple concept of derangement. Let us look into the question that is at hand. There are 5 letters in 5 directed envelopes. Find the number of ways in which the letters can be put in the envelopes so that none of the letters are in their respective envelope. So this is the word that I am looking for. None of the letters are in their respective envelope. So when I know that the question is saying that none of the letters are in their respective envelopes, then it's a straightforward question of derangement. And what am I going to do? I'm going to just look at the number of letters that has been given to us. So we have 5 letters, and I'm going to just find out the derangement value of 5. So if you remember this question, you will be able to solve in 1 second or 2 seconds. D5 is 44. Or you could also plug in the value in the expression and find it out. So what is the key word that I am looking for? None of the letters. So I have 5 letters in 5 envelopes and none of the letters are going into their respective envelopes. So it's a straightforward question of derangement. Just plug in the values and you will arrive at the answer. However, if I change the question just a little bit, let's see what happens. It has been given that there are 5 letters in 5 directed envelopes. Find the number of ways in which the letters can be put into the envelopes such that at least one of the letters is not in its respective envelope. So instead of none of the letters being in their respective envelopes, we now have a scenario where at least one is not in its respective envelope. In permutation and combination, questions of at least one, none of them, all of these are quite frequently tested. So your idea of what this at least one signifies should be very clear. So let us take up an example which is not related to the question at hand. Suppose you have 4 kids A, B, C and D and I say that none of them goes to school. None of them goes to school. What does that mean? None of them goes to school mean A also doesn't go, B also doesn't go, C also doesn't go, D also doesn't go. Straightforward, none of them goes to school. A doesn't go, B doesn't go, C doesn't go, D doesn't go. However, if I say at least one of them does not go to school. What does this mean? At least one of them does not go. Think about the situations, at least one of them does not go. What does that mean? It is possible that A does not go, but B, C and D will go. It is also possible that B doesn't go, but A, C and D will go to school. It is possible that A and B, both A and B are not going. Both A and B are not going, but C and D are going to school. It is also possible that B and C don't go, but A and D go. It is possible that A, B, C are not going, but D is going to school. So all of these are included in the case of at least one. Also, if all 4 of them are not going, that is also included in the case of at least one of them not going to school. At least one is not going means it's possible that A doesn't go, B, C, D go. A, B doesn't go, but C and D go. A, B, C don't go, but D goes. And it is also possible that A, B, C, D, none of them are going. So which is the situation or which is the scenario which is not included in this at least one? That's what you have to think. Which is the case which is not included in this at least one? The scenario in which all 4 of them are going to school. That is not included in at least one. If all 4 of them are going to school, then that is not a part of this at least one not going to school, because the minute one of them does not go, it becomes a part of this at least one, right? So we have to think about all the total cases that are there and then exclude the case which is not a part of this at least one. And in permutation combination, whenever you have questions of at least one, this is what your approach should be. You have to think about all possibilities that are there in totality and then exclude that part which does not belong to the set of at least one. So now let us look at the question that is given to us. Compare the situation that I just presented with the question that has been given to us. So there are 5 letters and 5 directed envelopes and we want to find out the number of ways such that at least one of them is not in its respective envelopes, right? So first and foremost, think about all the total possibilities that are there. I have got 5 letters with me. What are the total number of ways in which they can be arranged? That's all there is, right? I have 5 letters. What are the different ways in which they can be arranged? That's what we need to find out. So n distinct items arranged among themselves is given by n factorial. So the number of total possibilities is 120. Now think about the situation which is not included in the case of the at least one not going to its respective envelope, right? That means all of the letters are going to their respective envelopes. L3 goes to E3, L4 goes to E4, L5 goes to E5. This situation wherein all of them are going to their respective envelopes is not acceptable. right? The moment any one of them does not go to its respective envelope, suppose L1 goes to E2 and L2 goes to E1, and all the rest are going to their respective envelopes, right? L1 does not go to its respective envelope and L2 doesn't go, but L3, L4, L5 go to their respective envelopes. This is acceptable in this scenario. If you compare it with the previous question that we had where none of them went to their respective envelopes, then this situation was not acceptable. However, in this question, this is acceptable because we are dealing with only at least one of them should not go. However, this situation where all of them are going to their respective envelopes is not acceptable. So what am I going to exclude? I'm going to exclude this situation where all of the letters are going to their respective envelopes. And how many ways are there for that? Only one ways. So our required answer is going to be this total minus the exclusion, and that is equal to 190. Is this clear? So this question seems to be a derangement question, but it actually is not. I'm sure one of the options will also be 44 or the value of D5, but be very careful. Don't just look at the question and think that this is a derangement question and directly put in the values. If the question says none of them are going in their respective envelopes, then it's a straightforward question of derangement. However, if the question is changed a little bit, like they have said at least one is not going, then you have to think about the total possibilities that are there and what are we excluding from it. Whenever you have a question of at least one in permutation, combination or a probability, then make this a point to think about all the total possibilities that are there and then exclude the case which is not a part of the given scenario. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or any doubts, please leave them in the comment section below. If you want to know more about our numerical ability video course, then you can visit our website or call us or send us a message on WhatsApp in the number that is given below. Thank you so much for watching. All the best.